Carol Angela Davis here with your news. We know that coronavirus is extremely important, but folks, it is not the only issue that is on the table in terms of your long-term survival. And of course, we have to go back to the environment. There's what's being called a mega drought, folks. It is gripping the western United States, and it is the worst in 500 years. And scientists say it is the first influenced by human-caused climate change. So it's very serious. That comes to us from a study published in the journal Science. A mega-drought is one that is a severe drought, typically lasting at least a couple of decades, all right? Now, the most recent drought is gripping a wide swath of the southwestern United States and northern Mexico. It has been ongoing already since 2000, so we're in our 20th year. That's longer than any other drought event that occurred during the 20th century. And that brings me to our slay word, execrable, for extremely bad or unpleasant. Yes. It is an execrable situation, particularly for those who are experiencing the drought, okay? So what are you going to do to save the world for yourself and your children? Time to make change, people. That research that's being done out of Columbia University is led by Park Williams. Now, he studied tree rings and making his findings about the drought because tree rings can tell you a lot about past climate conditions. And you know that if you've been watching this show, because of course I've talked about that before. Now, this tree ring data, can you believe this? It goes all the way back to AD 800. Yeah. Okay. So now we should tell you that it shows that there have been a handful of mega droughts over the last 1,200 years. Okay. So let's not climate deniers. Let's not pretend like this man doesn't know what he's doing. Park Williams says, and I quote, "We now have enough observations of current drought and tree ring records of past drought to say that we're on the same trajectory as the worst prehistoric droughts," unquote. Did you hear that? We're in trouble. The severity of the current mega drought is second only to the last event that occurred in the late 1500s. This drought is particularly bad because man-made warmer and drier conditions that are brought on by climate change are accounting for nearly half the severity of the mega drought. So that tells you a lot. In the past, the mega droughts in western North America were just as severe and even longer, but they only had natural climate change issues to deal with. We've got man-made climate change conditions to blame. And that's very serious. We've got a double whammy on us, folks. Now, right now, you're sitting at home. You know you didn't need all that stuff you bought because you can't buy it, and you're good. So guess what? You're sitting at home, social distancing, staying away from everybody so that we can all survive the pandemic. But guess what? If a hurricane comes or a flood comes or a tornado comes, and they're coming, and you know that, now you got to run for your life. Now, where are you going to run? You can't social distance when you're running for your life. And that's the problem. Stop buying. Stop. The fossil fuels have to stop. We need strong leadership in the White House. We need people who care about other people. We need people who care about the climate. And we need to be able to make drastic change. And the great thing about the pandemic is, if there is a great thing, and there is a silver lining to everything, the pandemic showed us that we are capable of making great change, and we're capable of making it quickly to save our lives, the lives of our loved ones, and to leave this planet in a better place for future generations, which happen to include our children. So let's stick to it, folks. Run for office and vote. I'm Carol Angela Davis. Thanks for watching.